Alright. Figured I'd throw together a small train, and not really a tutorial, but just as how to lay some of it out, think about it, where you have to place your tracks, and kind of what it can do. So find us a spot and take a look. I've got so many different types of layouts and different things that I've done and experimented with and watched other people and tried to learn. Got this double-decker roundabout here to try to deal with my downtown traffic, if you will. Try to treat it like like you're, if you're from the U.S., that is. I try to treat it like I'm driving on an interchange. Different ways. I have different blueprints. This is a 2-lane. I have other ones, train stuff. God. These, they have the lights all pre-built into them. Different leg styles, so the pattern follows the same. And then I have the desert train style, which is the same thing, just 1 lane. Different ways you can attack this stuff. When you're coming down, if you've got an off ramp you need to do. I've seen a couple of comments say, how do you do all your elevation changes so smoothly? Well, you just have to think about where it's going to land, where it's going to lay at. Certain distances from tiles here to here. It'll start stretching a certain distance if you want a certain smoothness. You can stretch that out another 2 tiles and get that to tighten up. Make that transition be really smooth. Just so many ways of laying track. I recommend to everyone, if they want to do trains in this game, but they don't want to use mods, at least use one mod, Curve Builder. It makes your life so much easier. Instead of just having, instead of having to do it with like the old way, clocking tiles with catwalks and stuff, that's tiresome. You get zoop, you get vertical. Oh, you've got curve now. So if I wanted to, say, lay out another track here, I can lay one here. Right, here's another exit. Pretend we'll stretch one out back here. Link it up with a straight piece so it'll look right. This is all just for practice. Just to show people it's not that hard to make layout. But if you want to make cool layouts with gigantic curves and really gentle sweeps and stuff, but not beat your head on the desk, get Curve Builder mod. It's so easy. You just pick your direction over here on the left, you hold caps lock. If you want to go positive 5 degrees like it's adjusted to now, or any angle, 1 through whatever, you just hold caps lock. You can either start a tile square off itself, which I usually like to do. It gives you room to build your track and then follow the logic of the curve, because the computer does it for you. So you can either hold caps lock and notch it in like that if you need to, or click it off square. But once you click it off square, you can just build whatever. Or if you need to get to a certain point, like I do a lot, somebody in the modding community, please build me a mod that can lock my focus point, lock my heading. Like, I lock this hologram and I get over here and I have to use the lines on the hologram to line that up. And it'd be nice to have another button to press to lock my focus line to where I could just look straight up and not deviate. It helps for layout. Same for the side. Use the side of your tiles for distance looking. It helps. And then if we want to build that right there, we click that out. Then we need to go down. Well, you just find a ramp. Ramps are the same way. You can zoop those, curve. I like them because with the curve builder mod, you can change the style. You can change. I want to press that button to hold it down. So you can go zoop. You can either go straight, which is the zoop, like that. You can go angled. And if I don't want that angle, I can just hold hologram and then the caps lock button and just mouse scroll. Look at that. You can adjust the angle. Oh, I want to go this way now. And unlock your caps lock, which is default for this mod. And then you can unlock hologram and push out your sight line that way and get your ramps to follow you this way. Lock hologram and look and say, okay, that looks about right. We're heading for the hub over there-ish. Oh, we want to back up one because it looks like that line right there points better at it. So let's back that up. Unlock hologram. Yep, there it goes. Gives you that little line that you can see sometimes where you can look at. Okay, I'd call that okay, and then we'll click that down. This is just all for fun and practice. And then we're going to well, just say, oh, we don't want to do that anymore. Well, we want to do a three wide. That's what's cool about this. Is you can change the settings in the parallel. 800 is the distance that you need on the separation distance on the left there for perfectly butted together, like 3 or 4 tiles wide. However many parallel zoops you tell it, you hold shift and the plus and a 3 wide, your initial hologram plus the number displayed, so that's 3. It's kind of neat. You can well, I'll go show you what I did the other night with it. Pushed up a big hill and did a big windy area. It was hard to do otherwise, but this makes it super easy. Watch this. It's got a weird hologram sometimes. See there? Once you get it right, once you're looking the right way, push with the outside is what I generally try to do with this, with the outside tile. And then you can just push 3 tiles down that way and say, okay, there's my roughly our exit point we were shooting for earlier. Across the water over there. I like to use the edges of the tiles there again, just to make sure I line up. And you can trim all this out later. With the Curve Builder mod, I like to do it a lot of times just by hand on the bottoms, clicking the inverted tiles in by themselves to finish it out. And you can use other tiles too. This is just what I do because I like to put all of my post legs under there, and with the ones that are the double ramps, yeah, the double ramps, they unfortunately don't have clip points underneath them, so yeah, you can just place this stuff wherever you want, lock hologram, rotate it. You say I want to just go straight now. That's what I like about this. You can place it on just 0 degrees on your adjust angle, and you can just set down a 3 wide, like a mega zoop for your ramps, basically. If you wanted to do 4, you could do 4. So you can reach over here and we can do 4, we can do 5, we can do a lot. I don't know what the limit is. I'm scared. But you can just draw your world like that. And with this curve builder mod, with the computer doing it for you, see, watch how the rail lays down. When we take off back here, if you take off smoothly, you lay out your proper, I like to call them little connector tabs. Everybody's got their own words, but with this system though, with the curve builder mod, all you have to do is pay attention to the last full tile before the curve. See, that one's square. See, that one's pinched. Come to this tile in the middle and place your rail. And once you've done that, this thing will follow. It'll follow every single one of these tiles. See, perfectly squared. One thing I did learn talking to Rocket here a while back, I didn't know you could do this. I was like, what are you doing? How are you doing? He's like, you didn't know you could do that? I'm like, no. Oh, that changed my world too. But with this system, it just draws wherever you want flawlessly every time. Draw it to there with your connector piece in mind at the end. Draw your half and then your full tile. Sometimes you might have to hold the align to straight, click that off, and then you can just start drawing stuff. This is a bad example because I didn't leave the proper tail. See, it doesn't like to align. You have to align it yourself. But if you do it right, leave yourself the half tail that comes down here from there. You'd have to draw it out to probably there, and then you could draw your little half tail down there like that, and then it'll just follow. It'll follow the curve. See, it lands right on the seam of that one, seam of that one. It's just a fun little system to play with. I've just had a couple of people asking me, so that's what the rails. They're pretty forgiving if you lay them out right. Try not to have a seam and a signal block or path close enough to where, like if it was mounted here, it'd be too close. You don't want to do that. You want to at least have it like half a tile or so. I usually like to go a tile or full tile. I like to have them linked up to where they're even on my world highway and stuff. Out on the sub lines, that's a different world. That can just flow and be whatever it needs to be. But probably a lot more experts than me out there. I've talked to a few just on learning how to do them. But trust me, keep at it. You'll eventually learn it and get it. But that's one example there of what you can do with Curve Builder mod. It's just so good. We'll get rid of this bit. And we'll go out and check out that bit up the hill. I haven't quite completed my world highway all the way around yet. Still have the southeast area. I haven't really even conquered the grasslands yet. Haven't really been down there to grab resources much yet. Been working on that behemoth out there, my rocket fuel plant, getting in preps for building the Kennedy Space Center out here. Going to be the entire complex vehicle assembly building using full NASA archive pictures to build that. But yeah, this little bit up here, this left hand here, I threw in all this the other night. The big sections I like to curve, or I like to color rather, the curved areas. Just helps me keep better track of where does the curve start and stop, so I can lay the track down just quick. This is the roller coaster section, I like to call it now. I like to steer away from these, but I just kind of had no choice. I needed to defeat this canyon. I said up we go. Just some of the different things that you can do with rail lines. Keep your mind open. Nothing really in this game you can't do. We came from all the way down there. I threw this bit in the other night. Haven't finished putting in the supports under it. I threw in all this the other night just to support a closer path for my nitrogen guys, which here comes one now, so we might even be able to catch one on the way back up. Not sure. Well, we'll catch him on the way down. These are just a couple of different blueprints made. They've got two variants of signs, like a red and a green. They have different phrases on them. You know, got to keep it real. That one's kind of hard to read at night. It's fun though. There's the nitrogen guy. We'll ride the roller coaster back down. And like I said, keep in mind your signals can be whatever they need to be. I place a lot of them just to keep traffic flowing. I kind of hate to see lots of big open space, because that just tells them they're going to have to wait a long time before they can pass into that next block. So we'll just ride this back down. This section through here, honestly, placing the flagstones for the bridge, that took longer than anything. This area through here with the curb builder mod, about 15 minutes from this intersection to the first base of the bridge there. Started using these underslung roundabouts last night, as a matter of fact, out of necessity, just not wanting to interrupt flow. You know, mainline traffic. Kind of use some of Rocket's idea. I'd seen him use an upper halo like I have downtown here, so I wanted to try that upper halo because it looked cool. Why was that signal flashing? We'll have to check that. I built this in and out right here, this in that I'm on and the out on my left, for priority for the rocket fuel plant, because I was tired of all the trains fighting over this intersection. These guys need priority, so I built that lift right there. Just like I said, think about it like you're driving a car. I do anyway. It just makes certain things maybe later on like this intersection here, when he pulls out, I will need to make this a lifter and then a remerge. But until then, until I get more traffic down line here at this power plant, I don't really need to do that. I can cross the rail right here. It's fine. So many different ways to lay out trains. You just have to sometimes really stop and think. Sometimes it's easy. Uh, I'm not a pro by any stretch, but we try to make it look as neat as possible, right? I had to add this area the other night. These two on and off ramps, honestly, didn't take me probably 15 minutes now that I've got my technique down and really sound. So it's just some of the things that you can do. Uh, I'll show you these underslung roundabouts here as we pass. Actually, the sulfur guy right here would have been one to use it. He drops off right here, and it's just a little underslung halo. I didn't put this one quite enough. I figured out the formula for this to be just right. It's 14 ramps. I did it over in the desert, and it was 14 long. This one's 12, and that's just long enough to get under here, but I had to nick my precast concrete supports under here to fit my signals in, as you can see here and here. This is just a simple block roundabout. It's not a path or anything. It's just simple moving traffic. That's all we're doing, not controlling traffic. So like I said, I built one of those last night, this one and that one, out of necessity, just to get this traffic on the other side of the lane without disrupting the main line, because this one did start creating an issue with all these nitrogen guys going to the rocket fuel plant. It turned out to be not a very fun day. So that's just some of the things. It's lots in the world that you can do with the trains. Hopefully this helps some folks, and thanks for watching.